Ya gente, cuando estamos de vuelta aquí en el pueblo este y vamos a ir a hablar con Caja. Caja era... mi trato. Quería asegurarme de que no fuese la líder de... La líder, digamos, de los goblins. Eso es la... Bueno, la parte de abajo. Me queda toda esta parte de acá. Me falta lo de los tres líderes. Me falta, como dije, esta parte de acá. Me falta esta parte de acá. La casa Carlat. Y todo eso, ¿no? Pero vamos a poco. En este episodio quiero ver esto. Que es como una especie de camino que hay por la parte de arriba. em, que no lo había visto antes, pero tampoco podíamos, o sea, al principio tampoco podíamos saltar tan alto, así que yo creo que igual iba a ser un problema llegar ahí. Ahora me pregunto, ¿podré saltar de aquí a acá y ver qué hay acá arriba? Es algo que también quiero ver y hacer. Porque tal vez sí se puede, ¿me entiendes? Si ya están pegando estos saltos, probablemente se pueda. Porque por ejemplo acá hay algo. No estoy seguro, como dije.
Something's on my mind.
Used to think the goblins would kill us the second we set foot outside. But after hearing what you did at the gate, well, I still think they'll kill us. But at least we can put up a fight. There's optimism, and then there's stupid, hun. Plenty of us fell to monsters already. I don't see the rest of us lasting long out there. But if you're so sure we will, why not put a little gold on the line? Excellent. And since I ain't one to leave a debt unpaid, that means we're destined to meet in Baldur's Gate. Looking forward to it. So many ways to die.
Me hago algo de daño, claro.
I'm told the druids have stopped their damn chanting. What happened? Truly, Ilmater's ashes. I never thought she would actually see reason. Thank you. We still have the goblins to contend with, but you've given us time to prepare. I need to ensure my people make the most of it. But here, left over from my soldiering days, it's sparse thanks for what you've done for us, but gods and goblins willing, I won't need it again. If you can clear the road of goblins, as you say, I'll ensure a reward is gathered for you.
Entonces ya estamos resolviendo algunos problemillas. Que teníamos acá con los 3 líderes goblins. Sí, o sea, bueno, cada uno de ellos tiene inspiración definitivamente. Sí, podríamos salir. Hemos resuelto algunas cosas, como dije. Aún nos falta, claro. Y hay una marca aquí a la mierda. Es la marca de la araña, pero... No. Vamos a ir a matar a esa araña, yo creo. Es algo que quiero hacer igual. Igual quisiera tomarme un descanso tal vez. Y ver qué onda. La araña estaba en la parte... La forma más fácil de entrar es por acá. Por acá. Como dije, yo creo que ahora puedo matarla. Ya no es tanto el problema. Creo. Puede que no sea así. Puede que sea así. No tengo idea. Pero supongo que ya no es tan peligrosa para nosotros como era antes. Hemos ganado, tenemos más vida, somos más capaces de hacer cosas y hemos derrotado a muchos enemigos. Entonces, un enemigo más, un enemigo menos. Yo creo que definitivamente tal vez esta araña no va a ser tanto un problema. Ahora no me quiero, o sea, lo que quisiera evitar, ojalá que se acerque. Si se acerca, no puedo hacerle mucho daño, ¿me entiendes? Se acercó. Se acercó. Viene. Genial. Viene, genial.
Come on then.
Sí, yo creo que, como dije, ahora en este punto lo más probable es que ganemos. No voy a poder tirar otra jugada por ahora, pero
My
ahora
faith will protect me.
no importa, puedo tirar el arma muy cerca de ahí.
I've missed this.
Victory awaits.
Y no me da miedo acercarme a la araña tampoco. Realmente da miedo. Y ya va a morir. Se los dije que iba a ser más fácil. Ahora igual nos faltan 2 arañas pequeñas, pero no creo que sea un problema.
Sometimes the only way out is through. Shall we cut and run?
Voy a esperar
I am
que
fury. I am death.
se van a acercar. Y yo desde las alturas realmente puedo moverme un poco más. Supongo. Voy a desaparecer la espada, bueno. Ahí subió la.
Ready.
Pifia, Dios santo.
Victory awaits.
Qué buena tiene jugador, que más son muy buenos.
Another fight. Let's go.
Un obstáculo bloquea, bueno. Esta weá se le dirigía. No influye mucho.
I'm ready.
I am fury. I am death.
Wow, voy a tirar falló, ¿no? Creo que sí. Igual va a tirar veneno, o sea.
With pleasure.
No one back home will ever believe this.
No fue tan difícil. Me acuerdo que la primera vez que peleé contra esta araña fue
Open up.
un dolor de culo. No. Ahora realmente ya no lo es.
Assume nothing. It's been a long day. Better stop to rest soon.
Vamos a descansar. Que ese control de la plaga mata a la matriarca araña antes de que tus dos opciones. Tienes que tener tantas patas. Esta weá, o sea, es un logro de matar a la araña antes de que su moneda sus arañas pequeñas. Eso lo logré, digamos, ¿no? Ahora no sé si aquí
noted.
habrá. Igual vamos a tomar un descanso definitivamente, pero como por revisar. Voy a romper estos huevos, yo creo. A ella le puse, creo que le puse un anillo, y ese anillo le da la posibilidad de poder atacar más de una vez en un mismo turno, y eso es extremadamente bueno. Más encima tiene la habilidad de poder rehacer un turno, o sea, puede volver a jugar un turno con una habilidad que tiene. Y ahí hay un portal que no había visto. Entonces, bajemos, porque aquí ya prácticamente no hay nada.
Down there.
Mind your footing. The bones of the...
Abrir el tomo antiguo, dice abrir. No he encontrado la gema que permite abrir el. Ok, eso es muy bueno. Ese libro, si no está acá, lo guardé en donde están todos los libros. No es ese, es este.
The book is locked tight with no visible keyhole, only an oval recess in the cover's mouth. You try to examine the book, but the longer you stare, the more those piercing amethyst eyes draw you in. You've seen similar books in wizards.
Colocar la amatista en nubes. Voy a guardar.
The book's pull is irresistible. You feel changed, bettered for having opened it. Suddenly you are capable of anything. Felling mountains, darkening suns, conversing with the dead. Glyphs shift gently before your eyes. Words slip into your mind, onto your lips, forming words you don't understand. And something is trying to reply.
Lo paso. Yo quería abrir este libro. Sorry, pero quería abrirlo.
The symbols move aggressively, probing your mental defenses. But you hold strong. For now. The world around you is gone. You can only see those glyphs, only hear those voices. You feel claws moving in the shadows. They pull at you, dragging you closer.
Tengo ganas de ver qué pasa. La verdad, se lo juro.
The glyphs scream, branding your mind with strange runes. You see time rewritten, fate undone, your future thrumming with power. You struggle to cling to scraps of what you know. Powerful necromancy, you're sure. But it darts away, leaving only hell's screams. The book snaps closed. You've seen too much. What profane knowledge is now seared inside of you you should never have known.
Y que no entiendo qué habilidades me da erudito, secretos de la necromancia, secretos de la necromancia, el sabor, saber no ocupa lugar, ya que se ha inspirado. Okay. Y eso actualiza algo dentro de todo. Dice, encuentra la manera de eliminar la necromancia de Tayana. Hemos conseguido leer casi todo el libro y absorbido parte de su poder necromántico, pero se ha cerrado de golpe. Antes de que concluyamos su final, tiene que haber alguna forma de llegar a esta página final. La necromancia de Tayana. A ver, hay una cosa que me quedé pensando, es que, bueno, yo quería abrirlo, pero yo sé que Astrion quería echarle un ojo a este libro igual, o sea, si no me equivoco. O sea, puedo dejarlo en el suelo, yo creo. ¿Me permitirá dejarlo en el suelo? Soltar no me deja soltarlo.
You've seen much of the book, but its most powerful secrets are guarded by indecipherable glyphs. Without a key, they may be locked away forever.
A ver, voy a hablar con él, la verdad.
Still breathing, despite everything.
I suppose you want to hear about Cazador. My old master. Before the Mind Flayers took me from him. Before this strange, twisted freedom. Cazador Zar is a vampire lord in Baldur's Gate. The patriarch of his coven, and a monster obsessed with power. Not political power or military power, I mean power over people. The power to control them completely. He turned me nearly 200 years ago. I became his spawn, and he became my tormentor. A vampire's spawn is less than a
No
slave.
entiendo por qué está en inglés el
They're
juego
a puppet.
ahora.
We have no choice but to obey our master's commands. They speak, and our bodies react. It's all part of the deal. Sometimes he'd order us
Da igual
to
entiendo,
submit to
pero
torture.
raro.
Sometimes he'd have us torture ourselves. Whatever his weather-vane mood settled on. My point is simple. The Mind Flayers aren't the only monsters out there, and they might not be the only ones hunting us. All I'm asking is that you keep your eyes open and watch out for anything lurking in the shadows. What more could I ask? Now, is that all? I've already apologized. Unless you're looking for another nibble. No innocence. You have my word. Only villains that we need to kill anyway. After all, you know what I am now. I can fight with all my weapons. Teeth included. And if I happen to drain the occasional bandit during a fight, what's the harm? They're just as dead. Excellent. Now, shall we go? I'm already feeling a little peckish.
Voy a
In
pasar
theory,
esto
the
rápido.
next step is to drink their blood. People, the big... So
Lo que pasa es
trust
que
me.
siento que
It's grim either way. So why not sell what's left of my soul to a devil? Better he has it than Cazador. Figuring out what's happening to us, confronting a god called the Absolute, and then finding time to kill my old master before he can control me once more? Yes, that's an option, but I wouldn't bet eternity on it.
¿saben qué? Voy a dedicar un poco de tiempo a esto porque realmente no lo he hecho. Sorry.
The disc appears in your mind's eye. Lae'zel sees it too and considers the vision.
Tissue markings. Ancient. I recognize them, but I can't make sense. No. Wait. The texts are enciphered, but I've solved the pattern. It's a story. About Orpheus.
Your head buzzes in concert with Lae'zel's. but it hardly matters. Even without the connection, you'd recognize her discomfort.
Drivel, all of it. Gith declared Vlaakith Queen of the Empire, and her own son defied her. Orpheus would have ceded control to the Geich. She did nothing of the sort. Thank your good fortunes I'm a tolerant woman, or I'd have sliced off a few toes for suggesting it. Mark my words, this power would be no blessing, but a curse. You might as well ask me to gouge out my eyes for the promise of sight, or slice off my tongue for the promise of taste. Consume all the gate tadpoles you wish. I'm not so craven. Perhaps you... No, that's absurd. When the tadpole has stretched to every pore and slithered through every vein, what am I to do then? It won't hear my screams. It won't care if I beg. I will be remade in its image. My faith in Vlaakith will guide me, and my own might will sustain me. I have no need of this depraved power. You might be right. The Githyanki have long studied Geich and used what we've learned. The Zaithisk itself was devised from such knowledge. The tadpole is perhaps not just a curse, but a weapon I can twist and mold to my advantage. Very well. I will swallow my disgust and avail myself of the parasite's powers.
O sea, creo que es interesante porque hay cosas que, como dije...
Yes, in great detail.
Tienen
It starts
información
with
que
a
tal vez yo
fever
no
and
tengo.
memory loss. Then you start to hallucinate. Your hair falls out, and you bleed from every orifice. Your bones will change form. Your jaw will split to allow room for 4 great tentacles. All skin will turn to gore and be shed to reveal new flesh underneath. Then you have ceased to exist, and a mind flayer is born. That shiver betrays your fear. Suppress it. It is useless. We must find my kind and be rid of the parasite. It's as simple as that. The first symptoms should have long since started, though. That is what puzzles me. Yes, if you give it no further thought. But anomalies lead to surprises. Bad surprises. Besides, what hasn't happened may yet come to pass.
Y ella,
Well, my day just improved. Did you want something? The wound on my hand. It never quite heals. And sometimes it causes terrible
el diario
pain
se
to rip through me.
actualiza, solo que yo no he conversado con ella.
It's my burden, though, from Lady Shah. I can feel her influence somehow. I'll try my best. But secrecy is ingrained in me. Lady Shah considers it greater protection than any shield or armor. I cannot say. Not with what I can recall. But even then, it would not be for me to question her will. Lady Shah has her reasons. It's difficult to say. Sometimes I wonder if it's supposed to be guiding me, punishing me, testing me. But perhaps it's none of those. Perhaps it's completely random. I'd like to hope there's more to it than that. Some meaning that Lady Shah will reveal to me when the time is right. Until then, all I can do is endure. It's less difficult than you might imagine when you can't remember life without it. Pain is sacred to followers of Lady Shah. Pain will give way to loss and then to the peace of her eternal darkness. You can tolerate a great deal of suffering so long as it has meaning. I'm sure you do. But please try to understand that it's not something I can just talk about freely.
Very well. Perhaps there's potential in you. Let's see how you handle this. I am indeed a disciple of Shah, Mistress of the Night and Lady of Loss. I assume you've heard of her? My Lady Shah is the Night Singer, the patron of darkness and loss. Most fear the dark, like children, because in darkness they see their fears reflected. But Shah teaches us to step beyond fear, beyond loss. In darkness, we do not hide. We act. Pain, hope, the promise of better days. All of these are heavy cloaks that bend our backs and burden our hearts. We shed those cloaks. Before Shah, we stand gloriously naked, beyond the vanities of mortals. There's comfort, yes. But often there has to be pain beforehand. We tear down the lies the world is drunk on. The institutions they trust, the so-called gods they worship, the lives they cling to. We destroy false idols, topple corrupt organizations, fight heretics wherever they're found. There's often suffering, death even. Many people break before they embrace Shah's truths. You're wiser than most. Many people balk at our doctrine. It's the reason why we cherish secrecy. You've a habit of saying all the right things. Either you're very glib or we're kindred spirits. Maybe both, knowing myself. But yes, once we've saved ourselves, we can talk more on this.
Hay mucho más. Denme un segundo y ya los veo. Ya, bueno, ya hablé. Sé que algunas partes las mostré y otras no, pero bueno, continúo el viaje con la historia. Pero sentía que habían cosas que tal vez eran buenas de hablar o conversar, la verdad. Después tenemos Lo del underground, que es como la weá esa. ¿Qué más? Tenemos que matar a derrotar a los goblins. La batería busca signos. Podríamos. Si acabo con los 3, busca zhalk en goblin. Okay.
Time to press ahead.
Esto me marca que está arriba. Pero arriba ¿dónde? Tal vez ahí arriba. ¿Hay alguna forma de subir? Quiero llegar acá. Puedes llegar acá, por favor.
Looks like the booze got the better of them. They're practically unconscious. I need a quick word.
Krasmok. Araga. Christpok. Araga.
Ahora me marca que está abajo, pero lo encuentro raro, la verdad, o sea. Es como... Me dice, claro, me dice busca Highlands en el campamento Goblin y prácticamente...
Here, help us out. Says here that goblinoids are obstreperous and malodorous. What's that mean? Ain't that the truth? Proper stink around here, now we've settled it. And all that ruckus makes it hard to concentrate on reading. Belonged to some bloke who showed up here asking questions. Bold as a bugbear he was. Said he's writing a book about the Absolute. Lads didn't like that. Said he was a spy or some such. That's him, at the party. Warbling away. Well, I had a good chinwag with him, though. Interesting bloke. I ain't finished with it. There's enough reading here to last me a lifetime.
As the symbol glows, power courses through you. Authority.
This stuff ain't bad. But somebody who really knows the Absolute should be writing her story. Of course, Master.
The presence deep in your mind is awake, unblinking. This is it. A single word pervades your consciousness. Soon.
You made me do that. Didn't have no choice, did I? Well, that's some impressive booyag. Absolute must like you.
Tengo el libro, ¿no? Y este libro... ¿Dónde está el libro? Este es el libro. Me equivoqué. ¿Ese es el libro? Creo, ¿no?
You should go get a drink before the party dies down.
Me hubiera gustado preguntarle sobre...
You should go get a drink.
O sea, este tipo de acá... Hay algo que me falta. Lo malo es que... No estoy tan lejos, pero déjenme ver una cosa. O sea, quiero preguntarle un poco más.
Very well.
Antes de quitarle el libro.
Here, help us out. Says here that goblin and all that ruckus makes it hard to Well, I had a good chinwag with him, though. Interesting bloke. There were some troublemakers, but they're either dead or wishing they were. Don't know if there was a druid, though. He's probably down in the pens, fattening up the wargs like all the rest. Nah, we're keeping him as our own little plaything. As long as he don't ask any more awkward questions. He wanted to know if we felt any extra booyarg in the air since converting. Magic! Then what the Absolute choosers are brimming with it. Priestess Gut and our boss, Ragslin, are fierce and powerful now. Same as that drow. Yeah, Priestess Gut is fierce and powerful now. So's Ragslin, our boss. Them's true souls now. Just like that drow. They have the kind of booyarg that comes from being chosen by a god. I ain't finished.
As the symbol glows, power courses through you. Authority.
Voy a hacer exactamente lo mismo, pero quería preguntarle, que tenía la curiosidad.
This stuff ain't bad. But somebody who really knows the Absolute should be writing her story.
The present's deep.
What?
Ya lo mismo. Entonces el libro... Es este. Son tiradas de salvación, así como que... Tiene importancia, sí, pero no es una actualización, digamos, de nada. Es solamente una tirada de salvación, es como sabiduría, digamos así. Entonces... quiero ir a hablar con este tipo. Ahora primero quiero revisar un poco acá. No he venido acá, no he revisado nada de esta parte de acá arriba, la verdad. Estos tipos están durmiendo. O sea, ahora fíjense, hay una puerta ahí. Y acá. Esto es una antorcha. Les voy a guardar de nuevo. Esta parte, como dije, me la salté o no me di cuenta. Como hay demasiadas cosas en este juego. Demasiadas. ¿Ya?
My head's killing me. What is all that noise?
The mark glows, but you feel nothing in response. Your illithid power is beyond reach until you rest.
Tengo que descansar. Vamos a descansar.
Happily. But the next noisy bastard that comes...
Lo salté porque por el simple hecho quiero ver cuándo fue que grabé. La cagué. Ya bueno, entonces voy a descansar, yo creo que es lo mejor. Porque si voy a tirar una tirada de salvación y no me va a resultar como quiero que me resulte, tal vez no es lo mejor.
What can I do for you, my friend?
Lo estoy viendo solamente, quiero
I want to
hablar
have a
con
word.
él.
The goblins still infest the roads. As long as their leaders live, Zevlor's people are trapped.
No me he tomado el tiempo de hablar.
He brings to mind a story. The Devil with the Silver Tongue. An old fairy tale my father read to me. The kind with a hero, a villain, and a moral. A farmer made a deal with the devil, so the story goes. In exchange for the farmer's dearest fruit, the devil granted him a bottomless coin purse. The farmer's dearest fruit, naturally, was no apple nor peach, but his beloved daughter. We can learn a lot from fairy tales. Don't you think? Refuse him. No matter how tempting the offer, no matter how delicious the feast he lays out for you, the cost will be too great. That's because you still have hope. But when he becomes your last hope, remember this. He'll require of you only what you're least ready to part with, and then require more still. You might think you'd give up anything for a cure, but the devil won't take just anything. He'll take everything. Karlach's fires raged in Baldur's Gate before she escaped to Avernus, as my source told it, and she was planning to return. One of the archdevils Zariel's own, chaos incarnate, a devil with pure fire for a heart. I made my way to Avernus to stop her. She fled from my reach, even climbed aboard the Mind Flayer ship as it screeched through the hells. I followed in close pursuit. I can't bear to imagine the lives Karlach might be taking, the damage she might be doing. A powerful friend with a keen interest in privacy. I'm sworn to say no more. All right. Anything more we should discuss? My father once said, one does not pursue a champion's life. One merely answers its call. So it was for me. I was hunting near the Cloakwood when I heard it. A child crying out from a lone farmstead. I found him in the fields, flanked by goblins. His mother's corpse bled into the soil next to him. I don't remember much of the battle, but I remember drying the boy's tears after. Proud? No. Angry. Angry at the monsters preying on innocents. Angry at the so-called good gods for tolerating the cruelty of the evil. Angry at myself that it took so long for me to see the coast suffering. The frontiers demanded a blade, and so I heeded. Baldur's Gate, born and raised, the only son of a single father. He wanted one life for me. I chose another. We haven't spoken since I left the city. A classic drama. A staunch father and his rebellious son. Better heard from the bard's lips than mine. A most vicious one, in fact. It's made from pure bloodstone, carved from the Galena Mountains just north of the Moonsea. A reminder that sometimes blood must be shed and sacrifices must be made. But that story is reserved for lifetime friends and calmer days.
Tiny grooves spider across the ice surface. It resembles a sending stone, used to confer with distant contacts.
A sending stone? Nothing so special, I assure you.
His breathing quickens, his jaw tenses. Will is keeping something from you. You focus on the source of the power, but it is quiet and still. It needs to rest.
Necesito, claro, descansar.
I hope that's the end of this silly quarrel. They'll have no energy for battling our enemies if Lae'zel and Shadowheart are too busy squabbling among themselves.
Ahora, o sea, tengo tengo la capacidad de poder entrar en la gente y saber que están mintiendo y todo el tema por la percepción y todo.
Speak.
Pero hay ciertas cosas que no puedo hacer cuando el personaje se cansa.
Oh, cursed to put my hands on everything.
¿No? Entonces es obligatorio descansar sí o sí, la verdad. Siempre hay un punto donde voy a tener que descansar.
I've come to sate you and be sated. I lead, you follow. So you think. Let's see if you're right. Gith train relentlessly. We know our bodies inside and out.
Veo.
Let me show you.
¿En serio? ¿En pelota?
Close your eyes
No tenía
and
idea.
submit.
A pause, and then The flicker of a tongue across your neck.
No pensé que iba a estar en pelota, te lo juro.
Open. Taste. Good. Lower.
Me parece. No creo que
You
muestren
awake in
más allá.
pain. Your back, your hands, even your tongue ache.
It's time to rise. Dawn is upon us. Of course you did. I'm as extraordinary in bed as I am on the battlefield. My hunger is sated for now, yes. I might even lay you again, should my whims so take me. Up now. Your moment's over.
Every breath, every blink proves exhausting. A long day awaits you.
Qué lol. En serio. Veamos si es que ahora puedo convencerlo. Ver actualizado me dice, ahora me dice salvación, me dice protege a la arboleda de ese goblin está a punto de atacar. Hemos desenmascarado cada pero conseguiremos compensarla. ¿Qué es esto? Mata a los líderes goblins. Mata a los líderes goblins carece ya de importancia. Mientras se han marchado con su banda de saqueadores van a atacar a Arboleda. Mientras Mitra y su partida de guerra han partido en direcciones de opuestas. O sea, me puso que completero los goblins y toda esa weá. Claro, como dije, no todo se puede lograr tampoco, pero bueno.
The Blade of Frontiers at your calling. I think that unknowable powers come with unknowable consequences. I can't say I'm not curious. But once you've taken a lithid by the talon, there's no telling how deep into the abyss it might drag you. Yes, I suppose we should. Though I'm more than a bit wary. Still, I am the Frontier's avowed protector. New dangers require new skills to vanquish them. If the tadpole must be my curse, then let the powers it grants me be the Sword Coast's blessing. I will consume what I must to make it so.
Entonces, realmente, como dije...
Curious. I drained you dry. Yet your body seems no more worse for wear. Perhaps I might find use for it again. Perhaps if I'm in need of relief. Until then, I'll enjoy watching you squirm from the anticipation of it.
Quiero ver acá qué onda. Sorry si estoy haciendo esto ahora, antes no lo había hecho, pero es que ahora siento que es importante.
I hear you did the deed. How was your little romp? You filthy devil! I'm shocked. I thought the two of you would just flop about like dying fish and then call it a night, but no. Shows me. But you're not here to gossip. What can I do for you?
Me da risa. Después voy a ver, quiero ver si es que influye en algo con ella. Si es que hay celos o alguna weá, digamos, porque puede que lo haya, o sea, no tengo idea.
So, that's what people mean when they talk about butterflies in their stomach. Did you want something? Pain is the gauntlet that all who love Lady Shah must endure. Only her embrace can truly heal me. To try and salve myself would do nothing but shame me in the Night Singer's eyes.
Tengo que terminar el episodio,
Perhaps you're right. And perhaps one day I won't have to suffer. But I don't think that day has arrived yet. Lady Shah will ease my pain when she wishes to. Very serious of you. But go ahead. It's strange. I've been dwelling on what I told you before about wanting to become a Dark Justiciar. But perhaps I should be content with my lot. I'm already blessed to have you at my side, after all.
Bueno, así que nada, ya saben, suscríbanse, que like, comenten videos, compartan el canal y yo ya los veo en la siguiente. Cuídense.